guys, King of Triumphs, your typical judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you the most powerful team in Ultra Premier Classic. You know, the league all of you are willing to play because Open Ultra League is mad garbage and filled with trash cans with the new Zap cannon. Well, actually, no. It's really expensive to get a Ready Steel XL, so yeah, you probably don't see a lot of them running around, but at the same point in time, Open Ultra League isn't exactly the greatest thing in the world, with triple XL teams running rampant, and people that were willing to spend half of their life and limb so that they can get an XL team for Open Ultra League. But if you do not dabble in that area, if you don't like going to the Shadow Realm and you do like being in life, then not Ultra Premier Classic. You know, it's funny because it used to be called Ultra Premier Cup, then it's just Ultra Premier Classic. It's such a lazy name design, but you know, it's what it is. We're talking about Niantic here. Anyways, this does feature the strongest team in Trevenant, Escavelier, and Walrein. So this shoutcast is a 5-0 with the most powerful squad in Ultra Premier Classic. I called it when I put my top 3 Trev teams. I already knew this was going to be a monster of a team. The only difference is that I tried Aerial Ace, so I ran Aerial Ace when I was practicing with it, and then I switched over to Mega Horn, because I was like, you know what? Mega Horn hits harder, and you have those Hail Marys that you can possibly come out with a win condition. As you see here, it doesn't really affect the squad's rating at all, and it's still just as good. Very powerful against overall meta, and there's not a singular mon out here that will actually destroy this team. As you see, Trevenant is the #1 lead in Ultra Premier Classic for good reason. As you see here, outside of a few leads, this freaking tree is able to destroy and absolutely annihilate your opponent. So, it's what it is. But for this time, I kind of shifted it around a bit. So this features Trevenant in the lead, but you're going to see me actually won Walrein. So, the reason why I switched Walrein in the lead is because with the new Komomo running out, I was like, okay, you know what? People might actually be using like Komomo. So, it doesn't really change anything too much. You kind of just align stuff here back and forth, but it's still as effective. So for this Shoutcast vs. 5, I actually put Walrein in the lead instead, just because I was like, okay, you know what? If people start experimenting with the new Dragon Pokemon, you might be able to catch those in the lead. And of course, I'm wrong, because there's nothing in this Shoutcast where it says, okay, here, Walrein lead. But the funny part about it is these battles are pretty crazy. But as you see here, even if you flip them around, it's still a very good and powerful team. So even if you flip Walrein and Trev around, they're pretty interchangeable. And Trev does function well, in my opinion, in the back row rather than Walrein, just because Walrein can get locked into a lot of fighters. And if you look in this Shoutcast, it actually is better that I put Walrein in the lead. But either one is up to you. Like I mentioned, in the original one, I was putting Trevenant in the lead, but then I swapped to Walrein again, just because maybe I'll catch Komo. But I saw no Komos, which was actually dumb. And not only that, I accidentally walked into the bowels of the Shadow Realm known as Open Ultra League once on accident for the Shoutcast. But somehow, I'm still able to 5-0. So with that being said, my mental health tip for the day is actually going to be never freaking give up. You are going to go through a lot of painful experiences. However, in this Shoutcast, you will just see how crazy the human mind can work when you don't stress about Go Battle League or winning in general, and you have a like I mentioned, I call it absolute zen, that's my style. And as a marriage family therapist / professional clinical counselor, I am able to, well, I've been in treatment for a couple of years and I'm also a therapist, so that allows you to really work on your behaviors as well as your emotions and to stay mindful. In Go Battle League, one of the key things is no matter what you face, whether you lose the lead or not, is to never give up. Always believe you can find a win condition, because it's going to get really intense, but you can always find a way to win. A lot of times what happens is when you guys battle and you lose the lead or you have a bad losing streak, you don't push until the end and it actually demoralizes you and affects your performance. How many of you have heard that? Because I actually happened to me once too. When I first started battling Go Battle League and I started seeing all the lag and the fact that, you know what, this is really crappy, it started getting to me too. So went back to the drawing board, but I didn't just work on the knowledge piece, I worked on the mental piece as well. As an MMA fighter, as a avid grappler, BJJ competitor, Muay Thai fighter, and again, going back into that when I Rona blows down a little bit, and for PvP, I translate as a wrestling coach what I teach my kids, as well, former wrestling coach. What I teach my kids, I translate that into there. Calm, collective, calculated. And now that's manifested in my Go Battle League. I'm the best version of myself than I've ever been. So I'm completely ready for the next season, and of course for regionals when I compete in it, and the regular circuit when it finally comes around into the regular Pokemon Go World Championship. I'm ready to participate in tournaments, even for self-tournaments when live tournaments come back. Again, when you fight, never give up. You can beat the best of the world as long as you push forward to the end and always believe in your win condition, which you will see in the shoutcast. And without further ado, this is a 5-0 with the most powerful team in Ultra Premier Classic. Let's get started. And here are the battles. It is on this day that I realized my coconuts are very large. No, I'm just kidding. I knew they were large, but I just realized how large they are. Anyways, we lose this lead really hard. That's a Primarina. And I'm like, oh, this is terrible because Primarina resists our Icicle Spear and our Powder Snow. So this Earthquake's got to go through, and I got to find some fancy win condition. But this is what's crazy. This 5-0 is absolutely nuts. So as you see, we get the Earthquake through Shield. This is absolutely what we wanted. And then we're going to swap into Trev. My idea here is to get as much energy as entirely possible. I have to shield this though because Primarina looks like a truck. If it was Hydrocan, I might have not shielded this scenario, but guess what? We get Walrein, and I'm like, oh my god! Okay, so they probably have a Walrein in the back. So this is Primarina, Walrein, and Trev Core. So as you see here, I'm using the same exact thing, so let's go. As you see here, they shield the Seed Bomb, which kind of like, I'm kind of scratching my head. I'm like, you're very thick. I'm not going to shield the Icicle Spear. The reason why I put I put Xcav in his team is to create farm down plays like this. I will shield nothing. Like I said, my huevos are large. Es muy grande. That means it's very big. My Spanish is getting better, by the way. Thank you, Duolingo. As you see here, I'm just going to beat the unholy crap out of this Walrein. I'm going to fire up the Drill Run. The reason I don't have Aerial Ace is because Mega Horn gets stabbed, and I used Aerial Ace in the training sims when I was breaking it in, so that's how it got in. But I basically never changed it to Mega Horn just because I was lazy. So this time around, I changed it to Mega Horn. So I was like, all right, cool. So as you see here, we're just beating. I'm just farming down. I was able to farm down, fully farm down Primarina, and they're probably gonna send in Walrein, and I have a bazillion energy on my Escavelier. And just like I told you, this is the Primarina, Trev, and Walrein. So predicting that Mega Horn goes through, they shield it. And then all I'm going to do with a shield is double up on Icicle Spears. And that should be GG's. I'm going to hit these back-to-back three-pointers like Steph Curry on fire. And well, let's just hope, you know, if you're a Warriors fan, it's a very rough day today. If you watch basketball, I'm pretty sure y'all are like, really, King of Charmander, you're a Warriors fan? I'm not a bandwagon, I swear. I became a Warriors fan when I deployed to Afghanistan in May because I was like, oh, wait, actually when I was a kid. And then I remembered, oh, wait, the Bay Area has a basketball team. And that's why I became a Warriors fan. Lo and behold, the following year, they win a championship. So, just like here, I ball out, win a championship, despite losing the lead hard as hell and losing alignment on Walrein and Trev, I come out with a W, and that's GG's. Man, this freaking, like, this whole thing was nuts. The reason why that win screen took so long, I was like, oh my god, let's go. Now we got Legend on Legend action, or, yeah, Legend on Legend action, and I accidentally go into Open Ultra League. So that's what's even more nuts about this 5-0. So, how do you come back from this King of Charmers? I don't know. Melmetal versus Walrein is a very, very positive matchup. You are in the red because Superpower and Rock Slide will literally eat you to the next dimension. The Shadow Realm is here, but we have to get an Earthquake through shields. I will fire an Earthquake. I'm hoping they don't shield this, but you can probably guess what happens. They do. As you see here, Earthquake goes off and they build a shield. I send in Trev to try to catch a Rock Slide or Earth Power, and I'm not successful. They send in Articuno. I try to ball out, so I'm going to hit you with the ball, the Shadow Ball, the Dark Hado, the Hadouken, Akuma, Raging Demon. Here we go. And they shield that one too. So I'm like, dang. This boy calling all my nukes. But that's okay. We're actually not going to shield the second one. I'm going to shield the first one, but I'm not going to shield the second one. My idea here is to Shadow Ball to do chip damage, and after that, I want to farm this Articuno. You have 0 shield. I'm going to send in Xcav. We're going to farm down this boy, and we're going to actually not Xcav. What I wanted to do is I'm going to send in Walrein. Walrein with a bazillion energy. Icy Wind's going to go off. Like I mentioned, I'm going to eat the second one. Walrein's going to go off, and I'm going to farm all the way down. After that, I'm going to auto swap, which is a terrible idea. However, I'm not going to auto fire Earthquake just because of the fact I will be debuffed here. As you see, Icy Wind goes up, I'm debuffed, which is great for me because that means I could get like 1 or 2 extra more Powder Snows, as you see here. And then I'm going to send in Xcav right away. But watch what they swap into. This is why this entire battle is absolutely freaking nuts. I send in Xcav and it's a freaking Togekiss. They try to catch now. This is where Airless would be very useful. However, this actually works out in my favor. All I'm going to do is straight Drill Run. I'm going to shield what move they throw at us. Ideally, they're going to throw Flamethrower because they know, they're like, okay, this boy has Powder Snow. I mean, this boy has Energy Bank. But here's what I'm actually going to do. So as you see, the reason why I'm firing these Drill Runs is I want to run the clock. So my idea here is I'm gonna run the clock, and then I'm gonna send in Walrein to do as much chip damage as possible. My win condition here that I thought of subconsciously, I didn't even know I was thinking about it, because that's what you do when you're subconsciously thinking. You find out win cons, because I'm really good at this dang game, and I can talk really fast, and I'm really articulate with my delivery. As you see here, we are going to try to farm it down, and then as they send in the Melmetal, I'm able to fire the Earthquake. This is perfect. Earthquake goes through, and they should blow their energy. As you see here, they fire a Rock Slide. My opponent was trying to farm down, but then they realized they couldn't do it. So as you see, Rock Slide goes through. I should be able to counter down for the W. 1, 2, fast move down. This was one of the craziest battles I've ever had in my entire freaking life. G's. As you see there, never give up, never give in, always practice, always battle, always give it 1000%, and you too will be a champion. That battle was absolutely freaking nuts, by the way. Holy crap, I'm still in awe of how the hell I won this match. I was like, you go into open ultra, you get countered hard as hell, and then after that, you still come out with a dub. And speaking of hard as hell, hard countered, behold, it's Poliwrath, where Walrein actually loses this matchup really, really hard. As you see here, I will not shield this first one, and it happens to be Dynamic Punch. This boy is like Saitama. If you've ever watched One Punch Man, I get punched in the face. Or like Luffy, when he goes into Gear 3 and just starts beating in whole. Actually, when Gear 3 and he blows his, if you're a One Piece fan, you know what I'm talking about, his fist gets huge and then he throws it at his opponent. And I will not shield anything here. I am banking that hopefully, some way, in some form, they are doing to Ice Punch, and they do Ice Punch. I'm like, what? Oh my god, this is awesome. Because here's what I'm going to do, or here's where my coconuts, remember I told you my coconuts are really large? Below the waist are these very, very large coconuts. And as you see here, I'm going to bank that this is another Ice Punch. I shield here, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe they're gonna throw the Dynamic Punch, and I call the Dynamic Punch, and I'm like, oh my god. But when I meant about the Ice Punch, and I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen here? They're gonna shield too, and then I'm banking that you're gonna throw an Ice Punch. So as you see here, I'm frantically shooting the Icicle Spear. What I am predicting here is that this is gonna be Ice Punch. I should be able to just like, well, actually like shield both Dynamic Punches as you see here, and then I'm gonna fire another Icicle Spear. I overcharge a little bit, and then as you see here, I am banking that this is an Ice Punch and I farm down. I don't remember how crazy the sequence was, just because, like, as you see here, I win the matchup. I win alignment, and it's a Swampert, and I'm vibing hard as hell. Because you know why? That means I got a win condition, baby. I'm not going to give up Switch here. I'm going to send in Trevenant, because Trevenant walls Swampert unless it's carrying Sludge Wave. As you see here, they send in a Venusaur, and I'm doing great. I'm gonna ball out. Hoping to grab second shield, and I'm just gonna go a little over energy. With Escavelier in the back, I can send in Escavelier. As you see, 1, 2, 3, get a little bit of energy lead. Send in Escavelier, and then Escavelier has such a positive match against Venusaur. With Mega Horn, I should be able to get it in the red, farm it down, and then I have to force Swampert to throw its energy. So as you see here, we're going to fire off the Mega Horn, and this thing gets 2 Frenzy Plants off, but that's double resisted, and even though X-Cap isn't the bulkiest thing in the world, I will be able to tank this. As you see here, I tank 2 Frenzy Plants very comfortably. We're going to fire off the Mega Horn, and we're going to go Joust. The Royal Joust, if you watch Digimon, Royal Joust is a move from Gallantmon, and that's a very, very old anime. Well, it's not old anime, but it's like season 3, so yeah. I'm a weeb. As you see here, I'm going to go in for the Drill Run, but they have to blow their energy, and they know that too. Trev should be able to get to C-Bomb, and that's game over. Despite the fact that I lost the lead hard as hell, keeping alignment, and with experts, I freaking figured this out. And you know, like I mentioned, never give up, never give in. You will be a champion, and that's GG's. I C-Bomb you and Carpet Bomb you, like I do with everybody's Elo on my way to Legend. Well, not everybody. I mess around way too much to make Legend early. That's the truth. And that's GG's. As you see, Game 3 is freaking crazy. And on to Game 4. So sadly, Game 4 isn't as crazy. As you see, we pick up a rank 18. And we get Walrein into a Lapras. And I'm like, okay, cool. The fun fact, you actually lose this matchup because Lapras carries Skull Bash. However, what if Lapras isn't actually carrying Skull Bash. We're gonna fire off the Earthquake. This isn't gonna do half of freaking Lapras' HP because you got a giant booty. You really in fact do squats, and you be having a really thick booty. And as you see here, they actually don't have Skull Bash. And I'm like, ooh. They send in the Poliwrath, and all we're gonna do is send in Trevenant because you know what? We do resist these mud shots because grass resists ground. And we're super effective, so we can eat one Ice Punch here, and then all I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna straight Seed Bomb. Again, we're just gonna break these shields. I'm gonna shoot one, shoot two. Hopefully you can grab both shields. And all we have to really do, now that I know that Lapras has Ice Beam and it doesn't have Skull Bash, is all we have to do is keep alignment, and we should come out with a dub. If I somehow do lose alignment, I do have Escavelier for that Lapras. And as you see here, we still are vibing. We're vibing super hard. I'm gonna fire off the Seed Bomb. I try to fire on it invisible just so they can get an extra mud shot through, but it happens anyways. It's what it is. Don't worry about it. Seed Bomb goes off, and then all we're gonna do is we're going to go straight. We're gonna shield this and go straight for another Seed Bomb. That should KO, and we should be... One Seed Bomb doesn't in fact kill, or they're gonna swap, and as you see here, they do swap. And we swap an Escavelier. This is gonna prompt our opponent to probably just top left, because that is a Poison Jab Amok, and we resist these Poison Jabs because we're a Steel type, and we're gonna Drill Run your Muck, farm it down, and as you see, that's GG's. Pretty much RPS. Well, not super RPS, just because they had a freaking Ice Beam Lapras. It's what it is. Next, we got Walrein into Escavelier. This is terrible. I lost the lead 3 freaking times. Actually, was it? No. Yeah, it was 4 times. And as you see here, they send in Snorlax, and my brain is like, okay, this is bad. So I'm going to fire off Seed Bombs here, and they shield. And my brain is like, why? Why would you do that, sir? Why would you shield? Because here's the thing. If this is what I think it is, which is the Walrein Trev Core with a Snorlax, why would you shield a Seed Bomb? Or maybe their idea is that, maybe I could like lick you down, because as you see, Body Slam is double resisted. When ghosts take normal type attacks, it's double resisted. The problem is, those licks are doing a lot of damage. And on the not bright side for me, my Shadow Claws are only doing it's doing double resisted damage against the Snorlax. So the funny part is this is actually really good for my opponent. I don't know why it would double shield though, because Snorlax can actually live all these Seed Bombs. Then I'm gonna send an Escavelier. The thing is, they're probably gonna superpower me, but that's perfectly fine. Go ahead, superpower me for the first one, and then I can expect a swap. So as you see, superpower goes off, you debuff, and then I can expect a swap, and it's a Trevenant, and I'm like, oh my god, let's go. So all I'm gonna do, because I have 2 shields, is double Icicle Spear. Then all I gotta do is send in Excav for the W. Seed Bomb goes off. I'm gonna eat the first one. You're like, King Charmers, why? Well, all I'm gonna do is double up on Icicle Spear anyways. I know I got the Snorlax, and then I have to deal with the freaking... I forgot, what was your lead, bro? Oh, wait, you had... Wait, what was your lead again? My brain is like, oh yeah, that's an Excav. So as you see here, all we're going to do is shield. Then we're going to farm down this Trevenant. Excav should come in. All I'm going to do, my win con's pretty free here. All I got to do is Earthquake the Excav, and then I should be able to send in my Excav with a Drill Run for the GG. As you see, I get a little more energy here. I'm going to fire this Icicle Spear. Should be able to farm down, and then I should have energy to get to this Earthquake. This Icicle Spear, oh, they send an Excav. I'm gonna Earthquake down this Excav, and all I'm gonna do is send in my Excav with a move banked. I'm gonna combo. I'm a combo breaker for the victory. I still got a shield, baby. This combo goes off. This will KO my opponent's Escavelier. I lost the lead, and I don't know why you double shield, but you know what? Thank you for giving me this sweet 5-0. 1 punch down, and that's GG's. Enjoy this 5-0. It wasn't on the same set, so like, you know, you don't see the sweet 5-0 screen, but that, if you add it up, this is a 5-0, and that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. As you see, these battles are freak. Other than like that 4th battle, these battles are freaking nuts. Again, hold on to the tip like I told you guys for the mental health tip. Like, never give up, just keep on battling. And even in in practice tournament, on like when live battles come back, like in-person tournaments, like I'm gonna be chilling. But I'm also hoping to be able to shoutcast and whatnot too. I would like, you know, as a color commentator, I'm pretty dang good at what I do. So, well, at least when one of your good friends is 2-0 Butters and he's one of the best shoutcasters in the game, and he tells you you're a really great freaking shot, I'm hoping I can do something like that. But if you do like to see me live stream, please follow me on Twitch. I do stream on Twitch So far, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is what I'm looking at, and sometimes on Mondays and Tuesdays. So make sure you follow my Twitch if you want to see me live stream, and if you want to learn, if you have any questions or anything, you can always join my Discord or just ask me when I'm streaming. More than welcome to give it to you for free. I don't charge, and I don't do coaching as right now since I'm too busy, but then if you would like to request that, please let me know and I'll give it a shot. But anyways, do me a huge favor for the YouTube algorithm. Please like and subscribe. Next to this little Charmander right here, all you got to do is subscribe. Is put your mouse over a little box on the bottom right. Boom, you can easily subscribe from over there. Really appreciate my current subscribers. Good luck in your Go Battle League sets. I will see you guys on the next video.
That I made, all the things that I have craved, these are what I could have seen.